If you're ready to take back control of your health, you're in the right place. Welcome to Awaken Wellness with me, Tanya Candy, registered nurse and health coach. Now, I'm not your typical nurse. I consider myself divorced from traditional healthcare. I broke free of the sick care system in 2019 when I realized that the root cause to my sickness, my autoimmune disease, and my chronic pain was me. If you're ready for truth, for clarity, for honesty in a tough, love, compassionate way, I'm the coach for you. Join me while we dig into our root causes of sickness and disease. Hey, everybody. It is Nurse Tanya from Awaken Wellness. It is October 30th. Wow. Where does the time go? We are live. I am live on Facebook, live on YouTube. If you're here in the comments now or in the future, please drop me a comment. Let me know where you are. And if you have any questions, why we are here today is for our free group coaching. So this is a service that I do. I'm trying to be routine about it every Wednesday at noon. So one of those lunch and learn kind of things, right? I will be talking about a few free offers that I have that for you, some new, some old. I'll be talking about ways that we can work together. We're going to be talking about disease prevention. Dis-ease is a unnatural state in our body. Our body was created to heal. Boy, the more I learn about toxins in our food, toxins in our air, toxins that we experience, stress of the last 4 years, the pandemic, and what we've been through, it is amazing. It's truly amazing that we are in one piece at all. It's amazing. It's amazing. I am so thankful that we're not completely falling apart. Like our bodies are resilient. Our bodies were created to heal. I believe that your body will heal when you remove what's not supposed to be in there, removing toxins, removing traumatic emotions, removing or working on physical traumas and pathogens, parasites, yeast, candida, fungus, mold, all of those things. When we can pull those out of the body will heal. We always have to talk about food. So the basics of walking in and coming for me for help. The basics, everybody, I say we're going to avoid the 7 inflammatory foods, right? The 7 inflammatory foods. That is where we're going to start. I used to start with food sensitivity testing, right? And out of the gate, we do food sensitivity testing. And it might be 30, it might be 20, it might be 40 things then that you're not going to eat while we work together and while we heal your gut, while we do all those things. But I've scaled that back. I've scaled that back for multiple reasons. One, it was just super overwhelming. And my client retention, quite frankly, was pretty poor because people can't do it. They can't handle it. It's too overwhelming. It's too much, and they just quit. So now we have a starting point where we just start with those 7 inflammatory foods. If you would like to know what they are, I've got a free handout for you on my website. In a couple of minutes, I'll take you there to my website and I'll show you where you're going to find these free handouts that I'm going to talk about today. So that inflammatory foods, it's just a really, it's written by me. It's nothing big. It's nothing fancy. It's just a little sheet that you can print out about avoiding those inflammatory foods and why we do it. The why is all about your immune system, giving it a break. It's about leaky gut. When those little food particles get in your bloodstream, then all day, every day, your immune system is having to deal with that. Where if we just remove those, we give your immune system a break, everything calms down. Your immune system can go fix other things, work on other things. So, like I said, I will walk you through that. Let me open up my comment section. So, if you are watching live, I see a couple people there, which I really appreciate. I appreciate one, if you don't do anything else, take a second to hit the like button, especially on YouTube. I could use a lot more YouTube followers. So hit the like, hit the subscribe. You'll get notifications of when I go live. Um, sorry, the dinger, that means that people are coming in and out of the store. Bonnie's out there taking care of the store while I'm here with you. So let do some comments. The comments are really delayed on your end to my end. So if I don't answer you, I will try to circle back to it. Okay, so there's something that I want to mention before I forget because it really hit me like a brick. Just this morning while I was doing some inventory and working, I had a podcast on. Like I've always got something in my ears that I am listening from. I was listening to Del Bigtree on the High Wire. It was his May 13th episode, and he was interviewing Dr. Sherry Timpenny. And their Dr. Timpenny she's gone through so much with the vaccine education and standing her ground. I get to see her live. She'll be the keynote speaker at an event I'm going to in Florida. So I'm super excited about that. I'm kind of behind. I feel like I'm really behind. I'm just started listening to her stuff. Wow. She is amazing. Like, wow. So anyway, they're talking about things that we need to be aware of that are coming our way. So, especially if you're here in the Created to Heal community, we know that fermented foods are amazing for us, right? Amazing. The more fermenting that we can do, the better. Well, I want to encourage you to make your own fermented food. It is so easy. Like, there's no reason not to do it. And what we need to be aware of when it comes to being savvy, reading labels, oh man, that episode that I was listening to, it's just scary what they don't have to put on labels, especially in the animal products, like salmon. If you are buying salmon that is farmed, they can be giving that salmon so many toxic things while it's there, while they're growing it. So many modifying things. And it's something that we really need to be aware of in these fake meats, these fake foods, and it's not genetically modified. That's not the word. It's biologically engineered, is what we have got to be paying attention to. And they are going to be calling a lot of these genetically or biologically engineered foods, they're going to be labeling them fermented. So you or me were like, oh, wow, this fermented thing is really catching on. People get that fermenting is good for you. No, no, that's probably not the case. If you're finding it on your grocery store shelves and it says fermented, really look at what's going on. Um, yeah, Allie, would you say, can I share the doctor's name again? Tim Penny. So how do you spell it? I'm pretty sure it's Tem and then Penny, Penny. Yeah, and I was just listening to an interview with her and Del Bigtree. So amazing. I'm so excited to see her in Florida. Okay, so fermented food, be cautious at what they're calling fermented. Now, we know real fermented food that we are fermenting ourselves is amazing for your gut health. Like, we don't have to buy all these supplements if we're doing little things like this at home. Even our good fermented apple cider vinegar with the mother. If we take a shot glass and do half of apple cider vinegar, half of water before we eat, our digestion is just that much better, right? We always want to be working on better stomach acid. Like this overproduction. No, no, people don't have too much stomach acid. If that is really the case, there's a bacteria present, there's something that your body is trying to break down that it can't. There's a reason. So that's always in the back of my mind. That's always part of my soapbox. But I want you guys to be looking out for poor fermented foods. Now, in the health space, in the community, and I'm absolutely not saying I've read a study on it. You all know that these studies, all that, where's the science? Get out the evidence, blah, blah, blah. It just drives me crazy because all of that is follow the money. Follow the money. If the FDA approves of it, yeah, I don't care. I don't care. I want to know what they don't approve of, right? So I love all of us getting together and talking about what works for us. That's the study I'm interested in. I'm interested in these Facebook groups where people are sharing, where they are saying, hey, this works for me. These are the results that I'm seeing. So, fermented food, they're saying in my community, in the holistic community, that eating truly fermented stuff that you made yourself, like with your cabbage, with your vegetables, with your fruits and honey, all that stuff, it helps mitigate nanotechnology that gets in our body. Now, those shots are not the only way nanotechnology is getting in your body. It's been in pharmaceuticals for long time. It's in our foods. It's in have you seen again Del Bigtree? I've really been going back and listening to some of his stuff. I posted on Facebook. If you scroll down on my page, you can see where they're really calling for us to stand together and stop buying products from Kellogg's. Like they are terrible. Like they've been picketing, they've been trying to say, okay, all of this stuff, you do it different for your food that goes out in Europe. But in the United States, they're putting all these carcinogens. Carcinogens means cancer causing, known cancer causing agents. Here in the United States, the FDA, who's supposed to be protecting you, says, sure, put whatever you want in that food. We don't mind. And a lot of that is also heavy metals and nanotechnology. So, true fermented food is said to help your body mitigate nanotechnology. It's just a little tip, something that I have been doing. I really enjoy it. My husband, he's still like, oh, he just can't get used to it. But I'm not a canner. I'm not a gardener. These are all things I call on my community for to share. I'm a good customer. So I call on my community to help me in these areas where I fall short. But I got a bunch of tomatoes from a client of mine, and I canning scares the bejeebers out of me. I have no idea how to heat bath something or, all of that, let alone find time in the day to cut it all up. But I did. I've got the big crock for to make sauerkraut. And what I made fermented salsa, and it is so good. I love it. So I just cut up my tomatoes. I was too lazy. I didn't take the skin off. I know lectins. A lot of people, food allergies, they stay away from tomatoes. So you've got to mitigate that. You have got to know what's right for your body. I'm going to eat the tomatoes, all right? So I left the seeds, I left the skins, I cut them up small, did some cilantro, did onion and garlic, and I just put it in my crock with some salt and let it go. The batches that I've done have ended up being around a week, between 5 to 7 days, and then I just pull them and put them in the refrigerator. I haven't done anything, sealed them fancy or anything like that. So I experimented. I did the stuff that I've done in my crock like that has been my favorite. I did some in just a glass jar with the weights, and those ones I had put a little starter, like a fermenting starter in. That did not go my way at all. And I'm not sure if it was those ones I cut bigger. I used the tiny little tomatoes and I just cut them in like quarter sections. And I had put some bell pepper in with some onions and a few other things. And with that extra starter, I think it was the starter. I don't think it was how I cut them or anything like that. I think it was a starter. That made it too mushy and funny. It turned my tomatoes like they looked whole, but when you went to eat them, they just mushed apart. So that, as we're all sharing, that did not work for me. And I maybe it will work for you, but that did not work for me. So my favorite was just the everything cut up small, like salsa diced and in the crock. And I am enjoying that so much. When you make your own sauerkraut, just like in your crock, I'll shred carrots if I have them, do cabbage if I had it, just kind of whatever I have, and just in a salt brine and just put it out on the counter to ferment it for a while. I always do way too big a batch for what I am eating, but it doesn't take that long. Like I don't know, that's how I cook. For a time in my life, we had 6 teenagers in the house, and when I cook, when I shop, I still shop like I'm got this big family in my house. It's I'm working on it, right? I'm working on it. So what the sad part is when we're starting these experiments is how much stuff that we waste while we're doing it. We really do waste a lot. So if you just jumped on, there's quite a few people coming on that are just gotten here. So I just want to say what I started this conversation about fermented foods to say. This morning I was listening to a podcast with Neil or with Big Tree and Sherry Timpenny, Dr. Timpenny, and they were talking about some scary stuff that might be coming our way and scary things that are happening to our food. And one of it is fermented. We've got to watch labels. And when people are saying it's fermented, that is going to be code for bioengineered fake meats, fake products. So really be careful. We know fermenting when we do the fermenting ourselves. From what I understand, I haven't read studies on it. I haven't dug into it. I'm just hearing this from the holistic community is that fermented foods helps mitigate nanotechnology in our body. So just watch those labels. If all of a sudden everything is trending fermented, it's probably not our kind of fermented, okay? We need to be super aware of the tricks that are going to be coming our way. Vicky, hello on YouTube. I really appreciate you saying hi. That's awesome. So some other things that I want to talk about while I have your guys's attention here is I could say that I'm doing this because I love you all and it's my holiday gift, but it really has nothing to do with the holidays. I was planning on making it anyway. It just happens to be available and launching right now at the holidays. So, in business, in the business world, right, we're always thinking about promotions. We're always thinking about specials. And my business coach is like, this is the time to be selling your big packages and whatnot. But my packages right now are in a place and a price point that is honest. And if I was going to do some big holiday promotion, I'd have to jack the price up so I could lower the price. And I don't want to play that game. So what I did instead was just do an absolutely free program. I'm calling it Whole Me. It'll be evergreen. It's never going to go away, but it probably will evolve. Like even the video that I did it with is kind of crappy because I don't have good tools. Like my video tools aren't the best, and I just used background music from YouTube and stuff like that. So it's just a way to start, right? It's just a way to start. This program is legit and it's going to be awesome. But it's just Tanya. It's not professional. It's not wildly anything. It's just my gift to you. As I grow, as I've got other people with other skills that come into my life, I will probably improve it. But for right now, I want to get it out there and I want it to be available for you. Yeah. Yes. On YouTube, there's a comment. I appreciate that. Thanks for not playing the pricing game. I know. I just don't know how. And even if you are interested and you want to work with me, I'm going to show you my website. So let me show you a few things that I'm so transparent. Like I just don't like all those games. I think my business coach thinks I'm super frustrating, but that's just the way it is. So I'm going to share this with you. I've got a few free things. I don't dare click on these. Let me see how this looks for you. Okay. I don't dare click on these because then it'll switch my screen and you won't be able to see them. But if you go to my website here and you want to see what I offer for no charge, if you want to possibly work with me one-to-one, I have room for one-to-one clients right now. I kind of keep it at a minimum, but somebody's always graduating. Somebody's always near going off. So there's always room. It's a revolving door. I, like I say, I'm not a salesman. I don't like that. And I frustrate my business coach. But if you like go under get started, or let's go under information. So under information, I've got all these clickable things. Everything super transparent. So you can work with me and you don't have to do a big package. Like if you just want a little bit of help, you just want a little bit of testing, we can do one-to-one visits. But if you're ready to really commit, really invest in your health, my packages, what I like, I work with complicated health problems. I do, and I'm willing to. But my real drive, my real heart is foundational medicine. It is the detox and the parasite cleanse, and then behaviors, setting you up to win for the long haul. So, my program is more about behavior modification, cellular level detox, and usually, for sure in a year if you are fragile, 4 months if you're pretty healthy and you just want to get healthier. After we work together, I want you to have the tools to win for life, right? So and a lot of times in that process, even complicated things like diabetes, complicated things like autoimmune disease, they just disappear because of what we're doing. We're changing what you eat. We're changing your stress coping skills, like all of it. We have to work on all of it. So if you're on my website, under here, this telemedicine coaching package, you're going to see, I'll switch that screen in a little bit. But you're going to see it's just black and white, everything that I offer. I do one-on-one, and then I've also got some hybrid programs where and those I'm in all honesty, I'm just getting that off the ground. That is just my where I'm prepared to go when I can't do all of it one-on-one. I am looking for some interns, like I'm preparing for all of this, preparing the way. In the group hybrid program, you still get some sessions with me, but it's way less money because you're getting less individual attention. But I've got in the membership area over here under the education vaults, everything that you need. A lot of times myself, people like me, we're on repeat, like I'm saying the same thing over and over. So I've started recording those conversations, and you're gonna go in, you're gonna do the work, you're gonna hear me say all this, but it'll be on your time, not my time. So it'll save you a ton of money. In my programs and all of my telemedicine packages, I use those Cellcore products. So those products are included in your package price. You're gonna, as you go through each step, I'm gonna mail them to you, but they are included in that price because that helps us stay on track. That helps you stay focused. So there's a little bit of that. I probably will go back and show you that page after we get off this page. Now, under the member area, under this education vault, that's where you're gonna find this. Any free content that I have is gonna be in that vault, or you might find it on a landing page. Some of the things that are just little printables, those are gonna be in my link in bio, and then there's just going to be a little landing page that it's going to take you to. So you can download that right on the spot. So earlier I mentioned my 7 inflammatory foods. You can download that off of my landing page. You're not probably going to find that on my website. It's not set up like that. I can't show every little thing. That is set up on my link in bio. So on YouTube, there's a link in bio. Any social media, there's that little link in bio. If you go under my About Me, there'll be that link, and you can find those downloads there. Now, this Whole Me program, you're going to find right where I'm showing you under the membership area, under Education Vaults. You're just going to click on that, and then it's going to take you to this Whole Me program. With the Whole Me, let me get back to where I can see what I'm doing here. With the Whole Me program, change this screen. There you go. With the Whole Me program, that is going to be, we're going to use the Whole30 food program. You can get it right off of their website. A lot of people already have a couple of their books. That's what we're going to do. There's no sense in me rewriting that. We all know the Whole30 is an amazing food elimination program that we should do once a year. We should all do once a year, just to reset our behavior and how we're eating with food. So when you sign up for that Whole Me, there's going to be an onboarding. So you're going to get organized. You're going to get stuff out of your house. If your fingers can't stay out of it, you don't have to throw it away at that point. You might want to after you do the whole program. You might be ready to throw that junk food, but you don't have to just get rid of it. But you're going to get it out of your house, out of sight, out of mind. You're going to take the time to do your own onboarding. You're going to go over the Whole30 eating plan. You're going to know what you need for groceries. You are going to get organized. And then when you start that program, you will be much, much more successful if you start at the beginning of the month, right? So if you're going to do a month food elimination, start at the beginning of the month. And then throughout that program, I've got homework. So for me, it's biblically based. It is a manifestation program, but it's not new agey, right? Like, I really get that whole concept of that manifestation because our minds are so powerful. But I'm not going to sit here and say yada yada about the universe, right? I am all about the creator, about one true God. But I do believe with our behavior, with our thoughts, with our habits, that we can block our abundance. We can block our prayers from being answered, right? So we can sit here and pray with scriptures, pray for our healing. But then if we're still in the McDonald's drive-through, we cannot think, poor me, my prayers are not getting healed. I still have cancer. I still have this. I still have that. So in this Whole Me, this abundance, we're working on our mindset. We're going to set aside 15 to 60 minutes a day to do some homework about our habits, about our goals, about the bad things we're doing, about the good things we should be doing. We're going to talk about finances. We're going to talk about forgiveness. We're going to go through all of this in this program. And every day, I'm going to guide you through a manifestation, a mantra. No Sanskrit, no Sanskrit mantra. It's just going to be, there again, my video quality, sorry if you're a professional, my video quality might not be up to your standards. But I used YouTube Christian inspirational lyrics. And then sometimes you'll have me with you doing some I ams. That's still good to get through your brain. I am healed. I am created to heal. I am loved. I am, all those things that again, I don't believe in the universe bringing you anything. The good Lord himself will bless you. But a lot of times we're not walking in obedience, so we're not walking in abundance. So that is what that whole 30 program kind of looks like, a little hint of it. It's totally free. So if you sign up for it and you shelf it until January, if you're like, that sounds good, but I got to get through Thanksgiving, I got to get through Christmas, blah, 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 with the sugar and this what and blah, like, don't go off rails. Like maybe that whole 30 is the holiday time is a perfect time to do it. And you commit to yourself instead of falling into that emotional sugar binge that happens during the holidays. Like, it just shouldn't be like that. It should not be sugar celebration and just going off rails for months. So I encourage you to stay in check of your health, your sugar intake, your gluten intake, your dairy intake, as well as your families. Like, nobody needs, like, that whole holiday gain. People don't actually gain weight from the calories they're eating during those holidays. You're gaining inflammation in during those holidays from the sugars. You're getting stagnant in your lymph system. You're retaining water. So, like, let's just not do it. Get on my website, download that Whole 30 program, Whole Me program, and let's do your holidays a whole different way than what you're used to. All right, so there's that. I was thinking about walking you guys around the store. Like, some people hate it when I do that on video because it can make you kind of seasick. Um, well, let's just stay here because I want to show you. Let me stop sharing this one. I want to show you my programs. I'm just going to go ahead and be a little bit more of a salesman. Let me open up that screen. Um, so, like, my frustrating business coach, or I'm frustrating for my business coach. So, we they want us to do discovery calls, and I don't mind that. I love talking to you guys. I love talking to you guys. I don't mind making a free call, anytime. But I hate talking about prices. I hate all of that. So what I did, let me share this screen. What I did was on my website, if you go under that package where I was showing you that earlier, and then you go click on the package link. This is what I did because I'm a healer. I'm not a salesperson. And like I say, I don't like to pay these selling games and all that. So here, if you get on that screen and you follow through, you put in your information and send me an email, I'm gonna I'm going to send you, my system is automated. It'll send you right back an email with a video to watch that is going to tell you the prices. It's a lengthy video because you know how I am. I talk too much, but fast forward through it or whatever. You'll be fine. But in that video, I will give you my sales pitch. So I recorded it so I don't have to do that multiple times because I hate that conversation. I hate telling you that you are the best. Well, I don't hate telling you that. I just hate asking you for money. But I just have to tell you that no matter what, your health is the biggest and best investment you will ever make in your life. And we have to start thinking about it differently. We have been so conditioned with health insurance and this fear model. So, you know, society, salesmen, they've got you talked into paying, let's say, $1,000 a month to health insurance for what ifs. What if you get sick? What if your appendix goes south? What if you get a kidney stone? What if you get a gallbladder attack? Well, what if you do? Like, what if you do? Like, seriously, can you believe that we have suckered into this? This paying $1,000 for insurance for what ifs. So, like, why wouldn't we take that $1,000 and invest it in the right now and buy medical grade supplements, buy organic food, do all these things that keep our body from being in a state of dis-ease, right? If something tragic happens, maybe I still believe in accident insurance that, like covers your paycheck if you get hurt. Like I could see that being a thing. Medical, like even just recently my grandson was having some plumbing troubles and they they did all the medical investigation, and because they had really good insurance, if they didn't have that insurance, then maybe they wouldn't have. Either way, the outcome probably would have been the same, and either way, the hospital takes payments. Like they'll take payments. So maybe that's just too risky for some people. But anyway, I don't mean to get off on a tangent about stuff like that. That's how I feel about it. You and your partner, you have to make up your own mind about it. So anyway, this is my package, and this is me saying, hey, let's invest in you. And it doesn't, if you've got, let me look back at, I gotta get out of here. Okay. So, like, if you have got autoimmune disease and you're complicated, you are a total transformation person. If you're doing pretty good, you're just run down, you're running out of energy, you feel like your hormones are screwed up, you can't lose weight, you might just be a jumpstart person. So, or you can start out a jumpstart and re-up. You can go further. Either one, what's really important to know is that I am really, really had amazing results in my health turnaround when I started using the Cellcore Biosciences products. I had been doing, I was trained by the Wellness Way. I had been doing their program and doing much better with my autoimmune disease, much better. But when I started the Cellcore products and really detoxifying on a cellular level and cleaning up parasites, my health started changing for the better in leaps and bounds. So my theory has come to be now that we need to do that cellular level detox and parasite cleanse. And if you've detoxed and you parasite cleansed, you haven't done it with Cellcore, you haven't done it on this level. Like there's lots of other ways of doing it. But this 4-month minimum with 4 months of full moon follow up, that's a whole different level of detox, a whole different level. So my foundation starts there. And if you have got have had a history of cancer, if you've got autoimmune disease, if you've got other chronic diagnoses, diabetes, or whatever, we're probably going to be working together for life. And I'm not saying that you're going to be 100% fixed after your 12 visit total transformation. But if you're not 70% there, then we got to really dig deeper. You probably have Lyme disease. You probably have mold exposures. Like there's way more levels, but you're still 70% better. You're not chronically sick anymore. Like chronic disease is disease of behavior. Our bodies are only an environment of what we expose them to, period. Genetics load the gun, lifestyle pulls the trigger. Even with genetics, thing that got tripped on negatively, expressed negative traits expressed in your genes, they can get tripped back off. Like this is coming from somebody with some bad genes being expressed, like the MTHFR mutation. Yep, me, I got it. You want to know if you have it? We can easily test for it. You don't have to go to Mayo Clinic. It's like a $300 test, saliva swab that you can do at home. Super easy. If you want to know your root causes, we can test to the end of the earth. We can do your viral loads. We can do all your urine toxicity, your mycotoxins, your environmental toxins. We can test it all to satisfy your curiosity. We can test it all. So these programs, some of the really awesome things that I offer you every day if you're my client. If you're my client, your family is going to need to come along for the ride. You're not going to do this and then raise unhealthy kids. You're not going to do this and then have an unhealthy husband. Your whole family is going to be coming along for the ride. So I give you, no matter what level you're on, I give you 25% off discount. And that is at full script where you can order anything. So you need something for your kids, you need whatever, you're going to get 25% off of that for life. Like for life. I'm never going to go back in and take that away from you. That's yours just because of your dedication. That's just me saying, that's awesome. You're dedicated to your family, to yourself. That will never go away. And then that also is good for any of your other Cellcore purchases. And that, I guess I haven't really thought of that, if that is for life or not. All of this is pretty new. I just made this program about 4 months ago. So I don't really know about that. Ask me if you are, if that is a deal breaker for you. If you say, I will work with you if I can have that discount, 25% off Cellcore for life, ask me about that. But your products in the price of this package, your products are included. In the Jumpstart, it's just the foundation. So it's the 4 kits. In the comprehensive, that is going to be a number because, and I'm going to have to keep track of that. The comprehensive, you're going to get a product credit and you will run out. I'm just going to say you will run out of product. The comprehensive is a little bit too personal. Like it's not so packagey. That's going to vary from month to month. If you're in the total transformation, we might not start Cellcore products for 3 or 4 months because we might have to work on your gut health. We might have to get your adrenals kick-started. We might have to get your thyroid under control. So the total transformation are usually people who are a little bit more fragile. So that is really going to be personalized. That's going to look different. This, if we scroll down, this is what the group coaching looks like. And again, if you registered on the page, you have to watch my video. I'll give you all the prices. And then after that, if you want to work with me, then you make a discovery call. So then I can answer your questions. We can figure out where you fit in, what package you want to be in, and we can get you going. We can also in that call get tests ordered. If you're coming in on this 360 or you're coming in on the total transformation, I like to have at least 3 core tests. Now, if you have been down the medical path and you have recently done a bunch of labs and other stuff, those count. I will look at those from a functional perspective, plug those all in, so those count. The tests are not included in the package price because it could be anything and they're all different prices. So if you get through my video on the prices, you want to work with me, you know where you fit in, you know what you want, then pick up the phone and or get on my website and schedule a discovery call. And then we'll figure out what tests we want to order or if we even need tests. So we can first get those to you because those results take a while to come in. We can get you started. You can absolutely get started on the questionnaires. You can get started on the food program. We can do all that while we're waiting for those tests to come in. So those are all of that. And I need to pull this off of here. At first, because of my nursing license, I was thinking I needed to stay out of these states. But that's only true if I try to go to that state and do nursing care. So I need to update that. I need to remember to do that today. So let me quick see if there was any comments. Anybody say anything? Vicky, yes, that is great. It's all great. I'm gonna wrap this up pretty quick. If anybody, I'm gonna give you a second. If you were watching, if anybody's got a quick question or in the comments, let me check my notes. If there was anything else I really wanted to talk about before I got off here. Oh, I did. So this is more for locals. So there's a lot of things that I'm not prepared to do online. This coaching works awesome online. I do a lot of shipping. When we do the coaching, you ship me your saliva samples. I do the bioenergetic testing. I didn't really talk about that, the bioenergetic testing, but that's a huge part of what I do with the CellCore. The bioenergetic testing helps with an energy balance. So it makes everything just work so much better, so much more efficiently, and your body really appreciates it. So we're gonna go when you're doing distance care is a lot of back and forth with the saliva samples. Then I have to mail you products, I have to mail you your imprints, but it works great. It really works great. For local people, I treat them a little bit differently because they get to sit here with me. They get to do PEMF, they get to do the red light, they get to do the foot detox, IVs if they want to. So my locals, I really treat their stuff a little bit differently, and they get access to the education vaults. So if they want to be overachievers, they want to get in on all of this, it's there for them. Honestly, I wish my locals would take a little bit more advantage of that because a lot of them fall behind on the behavior modification, like the goal setting, the all of that we do in the big programs. It's trying to find a way to balance it all is really, it can be unique. um Thanks for being here, Vicky. You have a great day. So what was I going to finish saying? I think that's really about it. Try the whole me. That's a great free gift. It'll be evergreen. It's there for you to start now or to get organized. If you want to table it and not do it till you get your whole New Year's, resolution energy going, that's fine too. It can be done that way, but I really encourage you not to go off rails just because it's the holiday. Locals. So I am back in stock with the Queen of Thrones. Queen of Thrones castor oil. I was really low on. That's back in stock. I am running a bundle, and that's gonna be evergreen too. So when you bundle your castor oil, like, so if you are trying to detox dense breast tissue, you should be detoxing the breast tissue and the liver tissue. So anytime you buy two or more of the castor oil, the Queen of Thrones castor oil products, you will get 15% off. And that is just kind of in the store. I'm not against, that's what I started to say about the shipping. I'm not against shipping stuff like this, but I just use the local post office at the going rate, and the going rate, it sucks. So like this stuff is heavy. The Queen of Thrones, I believe on my website still have an affiliate link. So sometimes with those things, I encourage people just to buy it right from the Queen of Thrones website instead of from me, because I think they can shoot you a better deal on the shipping. I have an affiliate link, but it's not a big deal. If I don't get credit, I could care less. Like, even in my first few years of business, I was all about, I got to have credit for every little thing I talk about. And I just don't have that mindset anymore. I really have a a bigger, more abundant type mindset. I will just say that the mindset work that I've done has been amazing, and in a more giving mindset. Um, that this is kind of a whole nother video, right? But I do like affiliate links. I'm not saying that I don't, and I absolutely appreciate any time that you use one of my affiliate links instead of just going around me and going to the company. I absolutely don't want to come off ungrateful because I do appreciate that. But I don't want to be coming from a place of lack where you get your feathers ruffled up when people won't use your affiliate links, or that kind of thing. I've been working hard on coming out of a lack mindset and just in an abundance mindset. And there too, when you I've got a few really difficult cases that I'm sponsoring right now. And I need to work on that too, having like a charity application process, because I can only fully take on so many charity cases at once. And but then I don't want to get in a lack mindset about not being able to help people. So is I do think it's important for you guys as my clients to know that I kind of have my own benevolence fund or my own tithing. So like a portion of all my client intake, my income from, especially from my time, I try to be very giving with that as well. So I have kind of a in there too. It's not I don't have a bookkeeper, and I'm a really crappy bookkeeper. So I'm not technical about it, but I've got a couple of people that I am supporting right now. One gal that's been sick for so long that I am wholeheartedly supporting, and it's a lot of supplements, and she needs a lot of help. So there will one of these days there will show up on my website a benevolence tab, so a person can apply for benevolence. Help. There will be probably different levels where it might just be a percentage off, or like a complete full program, a complete total transformation. I've got a gal that I'm super excited about working with. Her and I are going to trade. She's got an advertising background, and she needs help. So we're going to trade that total transformation package, and she's going to totally transform my videos and my social marketing and stuff like that. So when this like really new professional stuff starts coming out on my Facebook page, on YouTube, on TikTok, that's like going to be all her, because I want to be helping you guys heal, not making videos and all this stuff. Like, I've been out here alone doing all that, and I do kind of enjoy my Canvas stuff. When I first was in high school, I wanted to be an art teacher, so I do like the artsy side of things. And then I was a beautician for 10 years, and then I was a nurse, and now I'm a restorative health coach. So I love how we change and we evolve. But all that to say, I am so thankful that for the people that Yahweh puts in my path, that we can reciprocate, and that we can bless one another, and we can fill in the gaps for those areas where we're weak in my community. Like, I'm just waiting for more people to come in that help me on the food side, help me on the gardening side, all those things that I don't have the anointing for and I don't have the time for. So financial exchange, or other exchange like commodities exchange, I'm all about living in that place of sharing and gleaning from one another. Where you're strong, I am weak. Where I am weak, you are strong, and together we form so much more strength, so much more community, and in a place where we don't have to agree on everything. I was having this really fun conversation with my granddaughters that are both 4 right now. One will be 5 soon, but they're both 4. And we don't like Halloween. We don't celebrate Halloween. I just am completely against it. I don't go around preaching about it, but they're 4. So we're having this conversation, and they're one of their good friends that they love so much, that the mom, they're telling me, well, she likes Halloween. And so we're having this awesome conversation about we don't all have to like the same things. That's okay. We still can love that person. We don't have to love all the things that they love, just like some people like dogs and other people don't like dogs, and conversation with the 4-year-olds, they've always had chickens. And I was telling them, I'm like, I don't like chickens. Are you kidding me? You don't like chickens? What? And I'm like, no, they scare me. I think they're yucky. And yeah, no, I don't like chickens. So, all those things, when we come together as a community, whether it's I don't like vaccines anymore. I used to be really I didn't care either way. I didn't have an opinion about it. But and maybe you're not there yet. I don't really like medications anymore. But sometimes we have to use these things to our benefit, and we have to integrate what we need to make our health prosper. So, we don't have to be exactly all on the same page to come together as a community to be stronger, to help one another, and to be open-minded, and just know on this life on this journey, me in my 50s, I'm nothing like I was in my 30s, and so I can't imagine what I'll be like in my 70s, right? So we just have to walk in love, walk in respect, um and just honor people's opinions, even if they don't nothing has to be right or wrong. And if we all just need to be able to be grown up and have conversations about it, this time right now, the elections and all this heightened arguing, and everybody that I know saying, you know what's going to happen no matter who wins, we all can choose how we react to stressors and how we react to challenges. And if we can stay in a state of love and keep our frequency up, or if we just have a meltdown in hatred and lower our vibration, it is a struggle to keep our vibration up. But the your peace is so important. Just don't let the world, don't let other things steal your peace. We do have a choice. You have a choice in how you react. There's a lot of things we don't have a choice about, but we always have a choice of how we react. So yes, definitely not where I thought my conversation with myself in the mirror, wondering who will hear my voice later, comes out to be. But I just want you guys to know that I appreciate you. If you're listening to this conversation now, if you're listening to it later, as always, anytime you like, share, and subscribe, it helps us to be seen. It helps my voice to go out to somebody who might need to hear it today. So I'm gonna head over and do live on TikTok. It'll probably be very similar conversation, but my TikTok crowd is kind of unique. They are it's a really neat place. I just hate that there's so much controversy over there on TikTok, because it is an amazing place to connect. All right, you guys have a great week. I'll see you next week, same time, same place.